Hey everyone, just came out to do a live stream just for the heck of it. Say hi to people, see how things are doing with people, I guess. So I'm just going to wait here for a few minutes. Hey Cosmic, hey Cosmic, how's it going? What you up to? Let me see here. I gotta remember how to do this. Okay, I think it's that one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there's the link. There, Chris and Gina. Yeah. I got a little bit of gardening done today too. Zeus, shit, good boy. Yeah, I got some of my tomato plants pruned up today, and I took some of the clippings off and I put them in into containers. Is what I did today. So, and then I harvested a whole bunch of tomatoes. I wrote it down. I think I got close to 15 pounds of tomatoes. Yeah, no sign of those things slowing down. So yeah, yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna be starting on getting. I got about 2 or 3 days worth of work to do on the chicken coop as well. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, digging those post holes. I don't know how deep you dug those, but yeah, they can be a pain in the butt. Yeah, that's getting the cage up. For in front of the chicken coop is the next thing. So I got to dig out some post holes too. I'm not going to do them very deep. Probably a couple of feet at least. Yeah. I won't be lying down concrete. But it depends, right? I don't want to say it's just a chicken coop, but depending upon how deep you're going, it would probably be just as easy depending on how you do them. Because I'll do it if I don't do it with concrete. All I got to do is when I go to do it, the posts. I'll probably make a video of it, but I'll be like making one end that goes into the ground with a point, so that I can go get my big Bertha every year sledgehammer there and climb up on a ladder and just bang them back down from the frost upheaving on it. So, because that's what I was going to do, is just go a couple of feet down and that, and I'll be having another couple of posts on the top to support the chain link fence that I got for the cage. Go sit. Go lie down. Sit. Good boy. So yeah, gotta get. I'm gonna be as well. Been thinking about getting a few more beds made for next year. One of them, it's already there, but it's where my one of them, 3 more beds, right? So one of them will be where the elderberries are. Cool. Yeah. Because my coop, the build of the structure is no bigger than the box of a truck, because the roof, it's a truck cap, one of those hard tonneau covers. So it's not any bigger than maybe 7 feet by 4 feet, 7-8 feet long by 4 or 5 feet wide, and then the caged in area for outside will be about roughly about 8 feet by 8 feet. So they got enough space outside, So yeah, I'm gonna be getting. I got some spruce logs, and I got some other thing like logs that were prefabbed that for out of spruce or pine, and I've got 4 by 6 oak posts from a fence that I got off of somebody. I got 4 of those, and I got maybe 6. I don't know how many. Maybe 10, up to maybe 10 logs of spruce trees, and then I got those 6 other ones, and I'm gonna start making some new beds for next year. So everything, because if my gardens are doing as well as they are this year, I might start selling some stuff out front of my door, some organic vegetables or whatever. So gotta call up a buddy of mine and get some more tires. I just got like 16 ice cream containers today from neighbors, so I could do some more container stuff. So yeah, I like well, once I get stuff built up a little bit in those beds, they're gonna be my first year beds again, but so they're not gonna be root crops. They're just gonna be like, say, for tomatoes or broccoli or beans or peas, stuff like that, right? So save everything that I've got used this year for roots. like my beets and carrots and stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah, he is a beast, big time. It seems like every time I'm on camera or doing a video or something or another, he's just got to be right there. I want to be the star too. I want to be the star too. Show me, show me. Yeah, you can come up. I think I put the link in there, Chris, if you wanted to come up. You're always welcome to come up, Chris, anytime. Yeah, I got a bit of sun today. Believe it or not, I got 5 plants, pot plants, on the go. They're starting to bud in good. One's got to be close to 8 feet. One's between, I might be exaggerating at the 8-foot mark, but 7 to 8 feet for sure. Another one's got to be about 7 feet. And the other 3 are not sure height, about as tall as me. So they're budding, so I had to trim back the tomato plants from them along the roots there, so they're not interfering with the pot plants too much. So I got some cuttings there, and they're sitting outside in buckets. So get 2 cherry tomatoes and 2 big tomatoes for the winter going, and I've got them in 5-gallon pails because I'm going to do something different next year with them. They're going to be in 5-gallon. I seen it on another yeah. Well, I saved my seeds, right? So the 2 big, huge ones, they were trees, pretty much, and the roots of them, like by where I cut them, I had to use a Sawzall to cut them down. But about a week or 2 before I did that, I had to use a drill and a drill bit, and at the root about half a foot up, not even a half a foot, I drilled through the bottom there, right through the root to the stalk there, to shock it really good. So yeah, it's like that's why I put mine with somebody had told me, and it's over at the neighbors there. I gave the neighbors maybe 10 pounds of potatoes and about 5 pounds of tomatoes, and they gave me a pack of smokes and for it. So putting my pot plants and tomato plants together was a good idea, because they use a lot of the same things, like bone meal, calcium, potassium, and coffee grinds to help hold the moisture, and magnesium, which is your Epsom salts. So the compost pile, it's getting huge. I've been there. Yeah. Well, they're going. Well, the family there, they got their aunt and uncle living there right now out of a trailer, and their three kids, and their parents just had their they had a fire in their house or at their house there, like 3 doors down, and pretty much almost gut out the inside of the house and start rebuilding it on the inside. So, you know, my produce freezer's getting full. My shelves are starting to get full, and I still got, like, all my potatoes are in. I still got beets to pull in. I still got carrots to pull in. I still got onions to pull in. Broccoli's starting to come up. Like, it's already like waist height, but it's starting to produce the broccoli. So I can still get mint if I want. So pretty soon, two months maybe, gotta get the garlic planted. So yeah, the beans are done now. So yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. So probably yeah, next year probably got to get another 20 square yards of dirt plus seeds, and because I got 3 pear trees, baby pear trees, and there may be where's that like a couple inches tall. And I got no pear. Those are the pear trees, and I got a peach tree that is about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. So gotta get some of those so that they can pollinate together. So gotta make some beds and some stuff like that this year. Yeah, apples. I got some apples today off of the apple trees I bought like a month or so ago. Still got 3 more on the one. So yeah, I've seen here where I live the past couple of days. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. Army trucks going by. I'm on a 2-lane highway, like a major road here, country highway, and Army trucks just going by in the same direction with even some cannons on like pickup trucks and in the 5-ton trucks, where they can have soldiers in the back and a couple of 2 or 3 cannons hooked up to the 5 tons. So something's up, something's going on. Yeah, there's I bought it something's up. I don't know what it is. Maybe it could be something heard on the news there where something about Russia and the Arctic, because of all the snow melting, and you can get in and around the Arctic area a little bit better by the ocean, like the water, or Ukraine, right? So who knows? But it's not often that we see them doing that. Yeah, I got some Saskatoon berries and Jocelyn berries. I think I bought a Jocelyn berry thing, bush, and I think that one I propagate from it. And I got 2 Saskatoon berries, the shrubs. So then I got 4 pomegranate thing going. I'm gonna see what I can do with one of them being outside year round. I've already got it transplanted. And see what I've talked to a couple of people that do the pomegranate thing, and I got to wrap it up really well. We'll see how that goes. But I got the other 3 in 5-gallon containers, and they're doing good. So I'm going to be bringing them into the house pretty soon, and then get my 2 lemon trees in the house pretty soon because it's starting to cool down at night. So yeah, I got to get soon. I got to get my sage plant in the house and my rosemary into the house. So start winding down for the winter, pretty much. So yeah. What else is there? Been working on the green room a little bit, just getting it ready and set up for some stuff to come in the house and that. So adjusted the lights, got all my trays stuff done. Yeah, well, my fall crop, like I pretty much plant everything in, and slowly, like, hey, Homestead Aquarius, not much, just talking about this, that, and the other. Yeah. So, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, that's true, Chris. That's very true, I guess. Make sure you take some time, like, you know your situation better than I do, right? But make sure you take a little bit of a break. I would. You know what I mean? Because, like, you guys did good this year, and things will get better with your garden. Maybe start getting some, when you're doing your fall stuff, get some other stuff said and done for, and maybe start selling some of the stuff. I don't know, but that's a plan for me. I spent $2,000 this year on gardens alone, and it's showing big time. It's showing big time. Propagating stuff and transplanting stuff. Yeah, because I got 11 or so pounds of strawberries. Next year, the plan is to take some of those runners and plant them somewhere else, and then sell them. So, and make elderberry cuttings, and sell them. Because they're not too hard to deal with. And I guess I did more stuff, gathered up there, and reused to sell stuff. If I got like close to 70 pounds of potatoes, I had a few more things to put potatoes in. Make more and sell some of them. Like I live on a major road, right? The neighbors and I were talking about that. They were like, you should be selling some of this stuff and what have you, right? So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's extremely hard out there. But what do you do, right? I just was talking when I was talking to the neighbors today. They own their own property maintenance, and I said, "You guys ever need any help? You guys see what I've done to the place, and you guys know what I can do." And I got two guys. Yeah, we were talking. I was talking, and he knows what my capabilities are for the property maintenance. And I know a couple of guys that are more than willing to pay me $25 an hour. And I think it was beginning of this summer we were talking about it, and so I said, just whatever you guys want to pay me, as long as it's something, you know what I mean. Which is good. I hope they take me up on it. Sit, juice, good boy. Just relax. Yeah, Chris, it'll work out, man. You did the right thing. You know what I mean. You did the right thing. And I've walked off of jobs just like that as well too. I remember one job. I've done construction industry before, and I was working up on a roof. And this was a big roof, huge roof, like 400 or 500 bundles roof. And it was a church, a big church, and it was still being used as a church. And there was some flat roofs, and they had some of the natural gas lines up on the roof, and he stuck a couple of bundles around it to protect the natural gas thing. And I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take the wheelbarrow shingles over it multiple times and possibly break it. And because I'm smoking a cigarette, right? And this guy's allowed me to smoke pot on the job, and we all smoke. That thing breaks. Just not necessarily something goes wrong. So something happens where it starts leaking. We're all toast. And you go, whoa, and that day I walked right off. Screw you. And so he was making a big thing about this and the other. And remember, I was in my 20s when I did this, and being the prick I was then, I called up the Health Safety Act on them, and all of them got fines. No safety harness, no hard hats, no steel toes, because you're supposed to have hard hats and steel toes on the ground. You're allowed to wear sneakers up on the roof, but the moment you get on the ladder to go down, your hard hat has to go on. Once you get to the bottom of the ladder, steel toes got to go on, and you have to have a safety harness up on the roof, and they all got fines. And he called me up later that day and he said, "Did you call it the Health and Safety Act on us and whatever else?" Yeah. And so he apologized for it, right? You know, it's because he put everybody, by just having that done, put everybody at risk. You know, I didn't care about the steel toe boots and the hard hat. We never did, you know. And if the roof was good enough for us to be on without the safety harness, we never did it, right? Like, you know, we never cared about that stuff unless it was absolutely needed. But you know, but that one thing royally upset me, something that day. Yeah, so, you know, I've even walked off on my old man a couple of times. So, you know, but that's family and business and family and money, and it's to be expected. So, you got to do what you got to do. We all do. We all do. So, yeah, it is. You know, generally speaking, me, you, Chris, Homestead Aquarius, my parents, doesn't matter. You know, the more money, and I've seen it, the more money people get, the more materialistic things people get, the more greedy, the more they act a certain way, and it's just not right. So, yeah, it is. It is. But there again, what do you do? You know what I mean? You know, society. You know, if it was up to me, we would all, you know, be doing something, and we would all have stuff. You know, we'd all have a trade in something, or a group of people would be doing something, and it'd be on, like, you'd have a credit card almost. You know what I mean? And you go to work. You can have this, that, and the other, but you got to go to work. You got to be doing something, right? Here, I can do woodworking, I can do gardening, I can do pressure canning. I got some skills, you know. So okay, if I want something, well, here, you know what I mean? You know, cash should be obsolete. You know, everybody gets the same thing. Yeah, it is. That's true, Chris. That is very true, because, you know, the biggest thing, you know, me and my family aren't close, but let me tell you, uh, the friends that I've made in the last 2 years, 2 and a bit years, uh, means a lot to me. Like I don't go out much, you know what I mean? Um, but the friends I do have, I hold close and dear to my heart. But my enemies, I hold closer to my heart because there just might be a time where something might happen and we both can fight for a cause. You know what I mean? Um, but friends are very valued by me. Like I never thought I'd have friends out in America. You know, like you, Chris, and you and Gina. You know, you guys are friends, man. Like you know, you guys need a place to stay. You guys got my number. You know what I mean? You know, you guys hit a rough patch. Come up here to Canada. You know, I got a spare bedroom. You know, you guys are more than welcome up to come up here. You know, if need be. You know what I mean? Um, so that's what friends are for. You know, it, you know, that's why I do certain things. You know, I don't do a lot of things, but when I do certain things, like with my neighbors, right? Um, we had there's a little bit of a discrepancy between our property line here, between my place and theirs. So I property much, but 3 feet worth uh, on one side and about 3 or 4 feet at the back of my property, and so there were some trees cut down. They and these trees were on my property, and I gave them like whatever. There was an ash tree that needed to come down. There was a maple tree that needed to come down, um, and another one that kind of needed to be pruned up that still needs to come down. And here, just take the wood, man. You guys got a wood stove. I don't right now. So here, just take the wood. I'll help you cut up everything, and you know what I mean. Uh, there you have, and there, you know, they were happy about it, right? You know, so you know, it. Sometimes I'll just go and use a snow thrower, and go help somebody out in the area here. You know, like one of the neighbors or something. You know, just to make myself feel better when I'm feeling like crap. Sometimes, you know, just to see their face and their thank you and whatever else. It it's it makes me feel better about myself a bit. You know, I'm doing something for somebody else sometimes. But yeah, yeah, tax-free land. Yep, that'd be nice. That would be really nice. You know, we pay taxes. I've heard other channels talk about taxes. You know, it's unbelievable the amount of taxes we pay. You know, I don't have to pay for water because I got a well, but you know what? I got to pay my property taxes, but I got to pay hydro for that well, and I still got to pay taxes on that. You know, I got a septic tank, and I got to pay taxes to have it cleaned out. You know, I've got to, you know, I don't have a license and all that, but, and this is where people were talking about that. You pay for a car, you got to pay taxes on that car. You go get a sticker, you got to pay taxes for it. Go get plates, you got to pay taxes. You go get gas, you got to pay taxes on it. Whatever else you got to do. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like you guys, because you guys reuse things, right? And there's nothing like reusing stuff. That was the biggest thing, you know. Taking something old and or that isn't going to be used again and then reusing it, you know. And I like reusing stuff, you know. All the furniture, well, I wouldn't say all my furniture, but a good chunk of my furniture is reclaimed stuff, and it looks nice. You know what I mean? It looks really nice, and I know I can sell some of it if I want. You know, you know, it it's something constructive. Um, so it. Hey, Zeus, look, you're on camera. But yeah, 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 that's how you change the world, pretty much, one small step at a time. And it feels good to be able to do stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get some. I'm gonna one day. Pretty soon. I gotta get my front door worked on and some painting around the front door and the back doors of it all. Yeah, it's not right. I think it's something's wrong with it. That's what it is. Something's wrong with that. You know, something really is wrong with that, big time. You know, the biggest thing. Like I've done property maintenance before, and you know, making $16 an hour, And when I went out to do it on my own, fortunately and unfortunately, I had an ex-fiance not living with me anymore. Hasn't lived with me for about 8 or 9 years now. But we moved out to Grand Valley there, and was doing some property maintenance before I moved out there, making $16 an hour. And I started the tree removal thing, and I was making $30 an hour. And depending upon the weather, there was times where I could make more money. Um, you know, it. I remember there was a ice storm 7 years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and people calling me up because they knew who I was. They knew where I lived. They knew who I rented from at the time, and this tree cut down. Like, power was out for 3 days. Everything was a sheet of ice, and people were calling me up and said I want $60 an hour minimum. Oh, why? But I was told you charge $30 an hour. I said, yeah, that's in the middle of the summer. You're talking about a sheet of ice out here. I could slip and fall and cut myself with the saw, or hurt myself with the tree, and be out of work. Oh, okay, fine, you know what I mean? So they paid it, right? And once I realized that, it was like, I'm not working for anybody else. Sorry. Why should I have to $16 an hour when they're making that on top of me and then some? So, but they got their equipment to fix and deal with, and I was doing all that myself, doing it, and it was fun. It was very enjoyable. Mind you, that at times it was busy and frustrating, but it was fun. I hope you mean that in a good way, Chris. Yeah. And there's a lot to it. There's a lot involved when you're talking about property maintenance, right? Because there's so much in property maintenance, and if you do it right, the place will look good. I've been at this property now 5 years this fall, and every time the previous owner comes, he says, "Holy shit, man! The grass is growing here, and there was no grass there. Your garden." He's seen me work on the gardens, and he was here about a couple of weeks ago. And he goes, "Holy crap, man! Like, your tomato plants and everything, right?" He was like, "Holy crap," So, and even at the last place, it wasn't the greatest, but still, the property there, like, it was a farmhouse. The guy's daughter lived there and needed a bigger property, so the lawn no trees, no this, no that, you know, in some spots. And I made the place look nice outside, really nice outside, you know. So, you know, the place, like the guy, he's Dutch, and he was one of the last guys to go out and pick boulders out of his fields. Um, uh, and I said, "What are you doing with those boulders?" He says, "I just normally throw them in this spot or that spot or whatever other spot." I said, "Just bring them over here. I want to make a rock wall around the property here. You know what I mean?" Um, and I told him this is my line of thinking. You know, like, you know, I know it's your property and whatever else, but so that, you know, like, I can't go past here and you can't go past here and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So yeah, we made a rock wall pretty much. It wasn't like stacked up, but it was just he'd bring the front end loader full of rocks and dump a little bit here, dump a little bit there, and it was like 3 feet wide by 4 feet high, you know, and it looked nice, really nice. And a section of it there was a vine that I don't know what kind of a vine it was, but the thing was the size of your arm at the root, and I stacked up some boulders there and let the vine just made it go along the rock wall there that I had stacked up, and it looked really nice. You know, planted trees there and made the place look really nice. So yeah, it you know, some gardens were put in. So yeah, we all need to be happy in life. Really, we do. Big time. Yeah. I was always told in life, there's only one thing you really need in life, you know, and it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. You know, for me, it might be woodworking. For you, Chris, it might be for gardening. You know, Gina might be something else. You know, it's different for everybody. But usually, it's one thing that you need to make you happy in life. So. Because if you're not happy, it's not a good place to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, outside of that, you know what I mean? Outside of that, yeah, we all need love. Don't get me wrong. John Lennon was right when he did say that. Um, but yeah, usually like when I say one thing in life, it's something you love. You know, it's like having a job almost, right? But something you love doing. But yeah, like it doesn't take much for me to find something that I like doing. If you had told me 5 years ago I'd be growing my own food, no, wouldn't have happened. Nah, BS, right? Told me 5 years ago I'd be living in and paying a mortgage and stuff like that. Nah, no. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm the first guy and the last guy to tell you I like gardening, because I don't. But you know what? It's something to do, and it's enjoyable, right? I certainly enjoy gardening big time. You know, if you had told me I'd been building a chicken coop and planning for chickens and stuff like that. Um, when yeah, so some of the some of the stuff I'm doing around here, I like it. You know what I mean? It's a you know it I certainly do. Um, you know it's fun. It's interesting. Um, it's almost like having a baby and raising it. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Um, and watching it grow into something. You know. So yeah. Yeah, I was like that too. Well, I was drinking a lot, um, like a shitload a lot. Even at the last place, like there was E. coli in the house and in the well and black mold in the house, and like I dropped a lot of weight, and drinking wasn't helping. The way I was eating wasn't helping. Um, I was drinking like 2 4s a week, and 2 40 pounders at least a week, if not more. Um, and I did the cocaine thing too. And I just when I moved here, I had to stop doing it. I had to, like, think in the last maybe year, I've maybe gotten 2 6 packs worth of beer. And I don't care for it very much anymore. You know, I just don't care for it. I just don't care for it really anymore. Um, Unless if it's on a hot day, I'll drink if I can afford it. But I can't be doing it anymore like that. Um, so it's hard, right? Like, but I'm better off without a lot of that stuff, anyways. Um, I even notice stuff now, uh, certain things in life now. Whereas opposed to I just carried on and did what I did, and that was life. Now I still carry on, but I notice things. I notice things. I don't know if you notice things a little more now, Chris, or not, but it is sometimes it's just the littlest of things. You know what I mean? Uh, like with my gardens, right? I can tell when like my one garden, I put all my seeds in there just when like my beets, onions, carrots, broccoli, and beans and leeks and that. Um, I notice when they're starting to sprout up out of the dirt. Before I didn't notice that. You know, I notice the birds and the chipmunks now. Simple little things, right? So, uh, yeah, my dog. Well, my dog, my last dog, and this dog, Zeus. Now, they're like Gina to you, there, Chris. You know, so I just wish Zeus could do more like cook and clean, but he can't, which is life. He makes more of a mess than anything else. But he is like a big, well, I wouldn't say a big brother, but he is like a brother I've never had. I only got a sister. But at least I can horseplay with my dog and have fun with him, you know. So yeah, that's the one thing I can. No, I didn't mean it like that. Um, I didn't mean it like that. It's I don't know how to explain it, but because I know I can't or whatever, right? But I choose not anymore because of my ex fiance. So it's having a dog, somebody like it, he knows when I'm in a bad mood. He knows when I'm not feeling well, or I'm depressed, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, and he always comes up to me looking for me to pet him. He always comes up to me and takes me out of myself. And that's what a woman would do. You know, trying to make you feel better when you're in the dumps and stuff like that, right? The companionship. You know, I you know it. Yeah, yeah. Um, you know, it. I wish Zeus was a woman. But it is what it is, right? Some people weren't cut out for the relationship thing, and that's okay. I'm okay with that today. Uh, at least I got someone around that makes me feel better when I'm in the dumps and stuff like that. You know, um, I don't think that. Yeah, when I had to have, I still got my other dog Tank around here. He's been cremated and he's in a box. But yeah, he's just sitting over there. But my um, uh, Yeah, even they need some loving. Yeah, even the hairy ones need some loving, Chris. But let me tell you, when Tank died, passed away there, I was beside myself. I really was. Um, my mom helped me get Zeus, and within a few days, and I was happy again. You know, it. Because I'm not alone. I'm not by myself. That's the biggest thing. You know, especially with the last 2.5 years, right? But I certainly enjoy it having Zeus too. Um, but yeah, the French, yeah, they're not afraid to be hairy and show it off. So yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, yeah. I think my parents kicked me out of the house there when I was 14. I lived in group homes for 4 years, and I'm 42 now, and so I've been living on my own for almost 25 years now. And I always felt better when I had an animal around, at least, or a woman around. It I didn't feel alone. Um, so it yeah, 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 yeah. Can't wait for that. Really can't wait for that. Yeah, so I think I might be doing that next year. Is getting the chicks and stuff like that next year. I want to make sure that um, at least the chicken coop's going to be up this year, and then get what I need for them over the winter, and stuff like that. I can. I got to get propane uh, for the furnace, so get the straw and the hay when I can, or whatever. Get the stuff from the feed mill that I need over the course of the winter, and then get the chickens and that in the spring. And then, so I want them to have a full year of being outside and having access to outside and stuff like that, so that when this time next year comes around, I can start harvesting some chickens this and that. So, yeah, it'd be a good thing. It's a good thing. It'll be something to do and something to look forward to doing. You know, so I'll be right back. I just gotta get another coffee here, and I'll be right back. Yeah, that will be good for weigh-ins. Yeah, Chris. Um, so no, I did that this morning. Uh, Dropped the kids off at the pool, and even took the Browns to the Super Bowl. That's cool, Chris. That monocular thing that you got there. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, gonna get some stuff done around the house this week, the property. Um, like I said, I'm gonna get some beds started up again for next year. Um, and then get some more work done on the chicken coop. Um, get some harvesting done. Hopefully, maybe. Get some harvesting done. I gotta probably wait about a week or so for the beets, and then before I can harvest some of them. Same thing with the carrots. Uh, and then the broccoli, as it comes starts poking through, I guess, there. Gotta get some more mint done. So I hope my tomato plants that I got the cuttings take. We'll find out about that. So yeah. Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what you do with that thing there, Chris. Hey, will it grow? How's it going? There's the link if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, I'm surprised to see you here, John. So, yeah. Yeah. What else is there that I can say? Just enjoying life as best as I can right now. Um, just doing what I can every day, I suppose. So, what did you do today, there, John? Did you go fishing? Oh, today I got John. I was pruning up some of my tomato plants. Took some of the clippings and put them in some. I put. I got 6 clippings. I got. No, hold on. 2, 4, 8 clippings that I planted, and 8 clippings, and 4 of them are cherry tomatoes, and 4 of them are um, big tomatoes. So I can bring them into the house for the winter. And then I harvested maybe, I think, close to 15 more pounds of tomatoes. Um, I was thinking on, uh, I'm going to start lining out some beds, garden beds for next year. Um, so um, I got to do something about my elderberry trees to beefing up the soil there. So that's going to be one of the beds there. I'm going to be making another 3 beds on top of that for next year. And just carrying along as I normally do. You know what I mean? You know, you know, we all got to eat, right? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just doing what I got to do, you know, because I plan on eventually, sooner or later, planning on growing stuff to um, sell stuff that I grow, because you know, I got close to 70 pounds of potatoes. You know what I mean? And my tomatoes are going to be another high producer for me this year. Um, so you know, I'm just you know, like with my rhubarb patch and patch there, John, where you gave me a 5 pound penalty. I'm just doing some stuff for next year, and you know, uh, you know, because that's you know, um, what us gardeners do. You know what I mean? I guess. Um, so just making stuff, because it's, I find that work ahead while I can. You know, this being the best year that I had so far out of 3 years. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of staying on top of the game if I want to produce more next year to sell, possibly, you know, from home. You know, gather up some more containers and tires, make a phone call to my buddy, see if he can grab me another pickup truck load of tires, maybe for potatoes. I got about 16 ice cream tubs there, of the 11 point something liter tubs from like the ice cream place, from my neighbors. So, you know, so just making plans for that and putting it into plans. Just thinking about it a little bit today, and going to start working on it over the course of the next couple of weeks. Seeing I don't have to make a video, which is all okay by me, as long as I didn't do anything wrong there, John. You know, as long as I didn't break any of your rules, you know what I mean? Okay. All right, John. I'll email you. You know, but I don't expect you to you know what I mean, to waive any of these penalties or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, it's it is what it is. There's rules, and you know, you don't learn by not doing. You learn by doing. You know what I mean? You know, you know, I'm a new person on yeah, you're a nice guy, John. You know, you're a nice guy, and I'll say that. You know, I can see that. You know about you. But I don't expect. But I don't expect any penalties to be waived off. You know, I did stuff wrong. You know what I mean, and sometimes I got to pay the piper. Uh, you know what I mean? So it's like speeding. You get a ticket if you're caught, right? You know, and you got to pay the ticket. You know, so I don't expect anything for to be knocked off. You know, but I will email you and take it from there. You know, like I said, you know, like I'm the new guy in the guy this Shed Wars thing, you know, and you know I've learned a lot over the course of the time, and you know I've probably shared out some really good information, and you know I've certainly made some new friends, and you know that's I don't want to say anything bad, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, cosmic, you know, but you know, one of the biggest things I signed up for when doing this Shed Wars thing is to learn a few gardening things and make a few new make some new friends, you know, and you know, John and Robert, I really appreciate you guys allowing me into the Shed Wars, no matter what. Um, Alrighty, John. Um, you know, you know, I really appreciate it because I've made friends, right? You guys, when I signed up for it, you guys have met all my expectations with the other people that is in Shed Wars. You know, uh, it met all my expectations being in Shed Wars. Um, so, and that's all I'm gonna say. You know, I've made friends. I've learned some gardening tips, and uh, that's the best thing I can say. You know, because I pretty much would be doing my own thing here, doing whatever it is I do, and just carrying on doing whatever, right? But you know, I gotta thank you guys because I don't think my gardens would be doing. There's room for improvement there, but my gardens wouldn't be doing as good as they are without you guys. Um, and that's the biggest thing, you know. Um, if you guys could have seen my garden the first year that I did it, you guys would have been shaking your heads and saying, "What the heck is this guy doing?" Um, but um, that first year, you know, when the pandemic started and all that, I thought to myself, well, if I can grow stuff even with the ground, I knew what the ground was all about here. Nothing but acidity and about not even a foot down, uh, gravel kind of stuff, right? So I knew what I was up against, because there's a whole ton of cedars and some spruces and some pines, making the ground acidy, and I opened it all up, and I was able to grow something that first year. It wasn't the best, but you know what? I still grew stuff, and that told me that I could grow stuff on the property, and you know, I've learned a few things along the way in the last 3 years, and you know, this past year, with everybody that's in Shed Wars, I've learned a lot. Learned more than I'd probably care to admit to, because I guess that's what we do in Shed Wars, or it's not even. It is. Hang on a second, John. Let me get a piece of paper here. And my pen. In my Nothing, John. I just lost my signal for a second. Okay, let's see. That's 2017, John. And it's all one line. No capitals. Okay, it's Louis Tank, LOUISTANK, 2017 at, that's A with the circle, gmail.com. Tank was my last dog. and I decided to put my name and my dog's name at the time. In the year that I started up, well, I didn't start posting videos until like a year or so ago, but like really started posting videos until a year ago. I think I might have a handful of videos from before a year ago. But I started posting videos a year ago, and uh, my YouTube channel was started in 2017, so I just said Lewis Tank 2017, and because I got a Gmail account that was added, but .com and whatever, right? So yeah, yeah, all my dogs that I've had, uh, I don't say give them weird names, but my last dog there, Tank, I got him at a month and a half old, and at the last place, and I had this field truck, a Ford F-150 there, and it was a '96, and he went everywhere I went. But when he ran at a month and a half old, it was funny, and he was really slow when he ran, almost moved like a tank, and he ate and slept and went to the washroom, and he ate like a tank, and so I just named him Tank. So Zeus, because he's got the black patch over his eyes and his head, and it looks like uh, a lightning bolt on his nose. So I just named him Zeus, as like the lightning god or something like that. Thanks, John. Yeah, when my mother got me that dog, helped me get that dog, she said I should name him like Zorro or something like that, because of his mask on his face, right? Nah, it's just nah. But Zeus was, so I gave him Zeus. So yeah, yeah, great dog so far. Just a little hyper still, which is fine by me. He'll calm down within a year for sure. He already knows how to sit and lie down. Yeah, he's lying down right now, so which is nice. I got this one. He was like 4 months old. I wish I could have gotten him at a month and a half, 2 months old. Yeah, 2 months really makes a difference. Yeah, I played football in high school too, there, Chris, and it was fun. Let me tell you, it was fun. Um, but that's how I got concussions. in high school. I remember the first one I had. Um, I was jumping. Had, uh, I was the guy who ran behind, like was behind the quarterback there, and I was always handed off the football. So it was like we were like 3 yards, 4 yards, or something away for getting a touchdown, and it was like second down. And so I was handed off the football, and I decided to jump up and over the pile, over the line, and so I did that, and the guy that was supposed to block me um, did the same thing, and we collided heads, and my helmet popped off, and I was out cold, out like a light. Everybody, and next thing I remember, I was lying on the ground, and they were doing the smelling salts. And my mom was the first game she ever watched, and she was scared shitless. She thought I was dead or something. She never watched another football game of mine again. But no, I got up and walked off the field and had to go into the change room, and yeah, you got a concussion, and it wasn't a severe one, but I had to take some time off of playing football and went back at it. And I got a second concussion in grade 12, and that ended me permanently for playing football. So that's good to hear, Chris. Yeah, that second concussion, because I had the first concussion. That second concussion was pretty bad. I had to spend a few days in the hospital just in case, because the swelling was that bad. So it ended my football career. Yeah, I'm doing that pretty soon, John. In a couple of months, I'll be doing that. I'll go to the grocery mall, and I'll have this. We normally sell 3 packs of garlic, and then they got this. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's maybe like 12 inches long by yay around, and there's like a whole bunch of garlics in there, and I'll just go and plant a whole bunch of it in the garden. So yeah, don't feel so bad with your rat problem there, Chris. You know, you're talking about the rats. I have holes here in some of the gardens, and they haven't been bothering with my my vegetables at all. I plant um, from the store bought stuff. You know, you get the whole cloves. Normally, I'll get like a whole big, um, whole big.
Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the.
It could be a couple of kilos of it or something like that in one big netting, and I'll just plant a whole bunch of it. Yeah, the when I planted it, like I got a few garlic there, but not much of it. But I planted it in a bad spot. That's why. But I planted mine in late October, early November. Yeah, I plant mine like late October, early November. So, but I'll be planting it in a different spot this year. So I planted it where a lot of at the one side is there of my house, and that's where the water runs off on the property. So that garden bed was just saturated with water, and I'm assuming that that's why I didn't get very much garlic. Because I heard that garlic likes water, but it doesn't like water. It likes water, but it's got to have good drainage. So I've got a bed that
Let him who hath understanding
I can use for this year, which would be good. So, um, um, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff I planted, I don't know which garlic it was, but I put straw on top of it anyways because that's what I was told to do. Um, and the ones that did come back, um, I was talking to my um, the nursery I got all the dirt and trees from and everything else. Hey, Macabre, how's it going? I hope I said that right. Um, my nursery said that I should be harvesting the garlic in August here in Canada. Um, if I'm planting it in late October, early November, August is when I should be harvesting it. Because it doesn't really do anything. Like from what I understand of it, is it's got to root and do its thing or whatever, and then the cold weather is what makes it separate, and then it needs time to grow after that. So that, but that's just what my nursery had told me. So yeah, that'd be a good one to watch, John. Uh, because it'd be interesting, because I just like everything else I've learned off of gardening before I came to Shed Wars was off of this little gardening channel or that gardening channel. So, you know, it'd be very interesting to see someone actually do it. So now, John, I got a question for that, John. Do you cut when you do the garlic? Do you cut them like you do with the onions? You just let them grow out, and that's all? Yeah. There's the link if anybody wants to come up. Okay. Yeah, because that's exactly what, well, I don't know if they were 6 inches, John, but that's exactly what I did. I just don't know if, I think I just put, like I said, I put them in a spot, not thinking what, not really knowing what to, other than to plant them and they'll grow, and then they got to go, the cold needs to be done, and then, um, and then they'll come back. I think I just I put them in a really wet spot. Okay, thanks for the warning there, Chris. Yeah, because I was about to get down because I wanted to watch her show. But yeah, yeah, I can go for another couple of minutes, I guess. Is that when you, John? Is that when you now? How I did it? I did it so that I had the whole garlic thing sitting in, just not the whole thing, but the bottom of it, sitting. You see my cup here, and then I'd have it so that the bottom of it was touching the water, and less so that the roots could start growing. Is that how you prep them? Okay, okay. Okay. And then you just plant them after that? Or do you gotta make the roots grow a little bit before? Alrighty then. All right. Okay. Alrighty then. That's good to know. Yeah. 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 You see that white patch in between his there? That's why his name's Zeus. Mount Olympus. Like a bolt of lightning there between his eyes. Alrighty. Well, I gotta take a quick shower and then I gotta shut it down. And I'm gonna take a quick shower before Courtney goes live. Because I want to be there too. So thanks everybody for coming out. And so I'm gonna shut her down and go take a shower, and then see you guys at Courtney's. All right. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.